Hello, this is Raghav's Take. I'm going to start this one with a prescript. My very young and talented producer, Lippy Watts, suggested that I take a break from these dull and drab subjects like geo-economic rivalries and political jostling to do something more Gen Z and fun for the year ender. I, uh, I just turned the gun on her and said, Lippy, your opening Shark Tank like segment on the Goose video became a tad viral. You know the lingo of Gen Z, while, I'm a doddering has been. Why don't you write this one? Presto, she agreed. So here it is, written by Lippy, enacted by me. A few years ago, I was debating a screaming television news anchor about the future efficacy of digital media versus linear broadcast. Back then, the question really was who will win, TV or social media? In 2025, that question sounded like asking whether gravity is optional. You know, Social media did not just influence the year, social media ran the year. It hired the judges, it decided the punishments, and it handed out consequences at scale. Everyone thought they understood the internet. Media houses thought they had cracked it. Creators thought they had mastered it. Politicians thought they could manage it. 2025 was social media saying loudly, no, you sit down. Let us start with comedy. On India's Got Latent, Ranveer Alabadia asked a would you rather question. You remember that? It was awful, inappropriate, perhaps an unintended, unthinking, reflexive remark by a sensation seeking smart aleck. I will not repeat it. My lawyer is currently having palpitations. But this wasn't just a horrible joke. This was a national emergency. Forget inflation, forget unemployment. The nation's priority was a YouTube clip. Police cases were filed, death threats were issued. Primetime anchors screamed so loud their microphones filed for divorce. The Supreme Court of India, the highest body of justice, had to weigh in with language usually reserved for that one cousin who, gets drunk at a family wedding. Dirty, perverted, disgusting. These are now legal adjectives for a YouTube video. As interim relief, Ranveer Alabadia was told he could not post on social media, which is like telling a YouTuber, you're free, just don't exist. 1 year, you receive a National Creators Award from the Prime Minister. The next year, you explain a podcast format to the justice system. Then came Kunal Kamra. Now, Kamra joked about the government. A clip went viral and the venue got vandalized. Because in 2025, if you do not like comedy, you do not boycott the show. You attack infrastructure. Officials said the line they always say, we support satire, but there should be a limit. Ah, yes, the limit. It appears the limit is located somewhere between a microphone and a bulldozer. Kamra was asked to apologize. The people who vandalized the venue were simply described as emotional. Social media just loved this episode. Comedy gets punished, concrete gets sympathy. Then came Operation Sindhu. Now, this was a real military operation in which India inflicted heavy military damage on the enemy, on terror camps, on airfields, and other ordnance infrastructure. All of this was documented. But this was followed by the greatest fan fiction the internet has ever written. Jets were shot down, pilots were captured, Karachi was taken, breakfast was planned in Rawalpindi. None of that actually happened. But it looked amazing, Video game footage became airstrikes. Gaza became Pakistan. Old videos became breaking news. Nobody asked whether it was true. They asked whether it was shareable. Fact checkers, arrived later to an audience that had already emotionally won the war. Two nuclear-armed countries, and social media treated it like live commentary. And then, just when the internet was done punishing comedians and starting imaginary wars, it decided to do something new. It elected someone. Enter Zohran Mamdani. Mamdani didn't run a campaign. He ran a vibe check. This wasn't vote for me. This was, have you seen this man?
مرحبا أنا اسمي زهران ممداني. This Sunday, I'm running. We're all running to do something that's never been done before. Hola Nueva York! भाइयों और बहनों, इस इलेक्शन में सिर्फ 20 दिन बचे हैं और चॉइस मेरे और एंड्रू कोमो के बीच में है. अगर आप पहली बार इलेक्शन के बारे में जान रहे हैं तो ये है जो एंड्रू कोमो ऑफर कर रहा है.
आज मेरे पास बिल्डिंगें हैं, प्रॉपर्टी है, बैंक बैलेंस है, बंगला है, गाड़ी है. क्या है तुम्हारे पास?
आप
Suddenly, politics looked like K-pop. There were fan cams. There were slow-mo edits.
The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I.
There was background music that made municipal policy feel like a Karan Johar movie trailer. Jay-Z, Hamilton, Charlie XCX, hey Lippy, I still don't know if it is an artist or a Wi-Fi password. Frankly, I haven't heard of many of this stuff. But I'll go along since the script is not mine, it's hers. At one point, Mamdani wasn't a candidate. He was a playlist. And everyone online said the same thing. We made this happen. Which is very bold because most of this revolution was like, one reel and typing this, which I understand means go, we endorse, typing this in the comments. At this point, all that was missing was a fandom name. And to be fair, it worked. Mamdani won, which officially means democracy is now powered by values, community, and very good video editing. Isn't that inspiring? Sure. Unhinged? 100%. And just when you thought social media had peaked, it revealed the ultimate boss, Donald J. Trump. Trump is not on X. Trump does not need X. X exists to trend Trump. Comedy? He trends. War? He trends. Elections? He trends. Someone else's elections? Even better. In 2025, Trump soft launched his crush on Mamdani by simply being polite. The internet reacted like this was a Marvel crossover. Was it an endorsement? Was it a strategy? Was it love? Nobody knew. Everyone posted. Trump is no longer a politician. He is a format. Drop him anywhere and content appears. He does not chase virality. Virality chases him. Undefeated, unavoidable, algorithmically immortal. The algorithm wakes up and asks, "What are we doing today, sir?" So yes, that old digital versus TV debate, it's over. TV shaped opinions. Digital shapes consequences. And in 2025, the internet reminded us of one thing very clearly. You don't need to be right. You don't need to be funny. You don't even need to be real. You just need to be content. And the internet will take it from there. This was Raghav's Take, written by my very young and talented producer, Lippy Vats. So if you don't like anything in this, it's her problem. If you like anything in this, she deserves the credit. And a very happy 2026 to all of you.